Hello, my name is Carrie Heatherly. I am the archivist at the University of Montevallo, and the purpose of this video is to help you find local and campus resources to start English 101 Project 3. So, the first place that we are going to go is to the research tab. This is across the top of the Carmichael Library homepage. You'll see research. We're also going to talk about the archives tab briefly as well. So if you'll go to research and select research guides, you will see one for English. When you select it, it'll open up a menu with all the English research guides. We want English 101 through 104 English composition. This guide should look very familiar to you at this point in the semester. So we're just going to navigate down on the left-hand side. You'll see English 101 Project 3 resources. So if we select that one, the first thing I would like to point out to you is my contact information. My email address is here. You are more than welcome to email me. We can set up a meeting, whether in person or via Zoom or Teams, Microsoft Teams. Or if you just want to look at one of the resources, the physical object rather than a digital object, we can make that happen as well. I do highly encourage you to set up an appointment before dropping by. If you drop by, my schedule varies widely from day to day and week to week, so there's a good chance you may not catch me. So setting up an appointment is the easiest thing for all of us. If we scroll on down, we find a list of books and articles about the University of Montevallo and Montevallo, the town. We're going to quickly go through these, and I'm going to give you a little synopsis of what each one is about. And then we're going to come back to the top and we'll talk about white columns and red bricks and how to use a digitized book. So most of these are digitized, but there are call numbers included as well. So if you would prefer to see the physical book to check it out, or we have some on reserve, you'll see the title, the author, and the call number here. Just take a picture of that with your cell phone or make some sort of notation and bring it to the library, and we can hook you up with a copy. The book Years Rich and Fruitful was written by longtime library director Mary Frances Tipton. It was published in 1996 for the school's 100th birthday. It's a coffee table style book. It tells some of the it goes in more depth about some of the traditions and things on campus, both current and previous. It is indexed. It is a very good place to start research. Alabama College, 1896 to 1969. This is Dr. Lucille Griffith. This is more of a traditional book style. I don't want to say academic book, but more of a nonfiction, in-depth citations, index style book. So this is also a really good place to start. It talks about the lead up to opening the institution in 1896, and then it covers from our opening all the way up to transitioning from Alabama College to the University of Montevallo in 1969. One thing to note about this book is toward the end, there are many appendices. These are just lists of just annual events that happen on campus. So you'll see college night leaders, you'll see dancey lecturers. So you'll see these kinds of lists in the back. It's a really good book. Montevallo, The First 100 Years, written by former English faculty member Eloise Maroney. She grew up in town. Her father was actually one of our original board members. This book covers the first 100 years of town history. So you're looking at the 18 teens to the 19 teens. The book is arranged in sort of a loose chronological order, um, and then secondly arranged by subject. So you get to the founding of the first churches. She kind of takes a sidestep and talks about churches. This book is not indexed. So when we talk about the digital tool here in a moment, this is a really good book to use the digital tools on. Control F to search for terms and that sort of thing. If you are interested in the King House or the King family, The Lives and Times of Kingswood, 1817 to 1890, need to update, is going to cover Edmund King, and then his family. Is going to talk about the house and the cemetery as well. Book was written by Golda Johnson. She was a former first lady, but she is responsible for having the King House remodeled and restored back to its original federal style appearance. She's also one of the people who was able to get the central part of campus designated as a National Historic District. Alabama Heritage Magazine is a really good, high quality magazine published by the University of Alabama. They do feature pieces, and in the spring of 2007, Montevallo was the feature piece. So the digitized article is right there. So 3 books here. Uh, a note about these 3 books: they are only available in print. We do not have digitized copies of them for various copyright reasons. So Montevallo, and then a second book, Montevallo Past and Present. Both of these are photo histories. So there will be a photo accompanied by a 60 to 80 word caption. So it's a good place to sneak a tidbit of information or two, but you also get a visual representation of maybe perhaps what a certain building or area of campus or town looked like 50, 75, 100 years ago. College Night, a centennial celebration, again, available in book form only, not in digital form. Um, this covers the tradition of College Night from 1919 to 2019. If you are interested in one of the buildings, uh, Palmer Auditorium, Main Hall, or Reynolds Hall, you may consider looking at this book as well. College Night began in the dining hall that was located inside main dormitory. It transitioned to Reynolds Hall for a brief time, and then it moved to Palmer Auditorium in 1930. So if you're interested in any of those 3 buildings, you may want to consult this book as well. The last link on this page is the Alabamian. This is the current Alabamian student newspaper website. We do have back issues of the Alabamian online, and I'll show you where to find those in a minute, but this is the current website. So many of you will want to start with this book, White Columns and Red Brick, also by Dr. Lucille Griffith. This is a coffee table style book, and what you will find in this book is photographs of buildings on campus, accompanied by a brief write-up about the building and for whom the building is named. So a quick little bio as well. This is organized chronologically, loosely in chronological order by oldest to newest building. Again, this was published in the 1980s, so we have buildings that have been built since. Most of you, as I mentioned before, will want to start with this book if you're doing one of the campus buildings. A couple of things to note. When you are opening up one of these digital resources, whether it's a campus history, whether it's a course catalog, or a yearbook, etc., it's going to open in this Internet Archive viewer window. It's going to be marked by this black background, and then it has some information, some metadata under it. You'll notice on the right hand side there are multiple formats which you can download this. So if you want to keep this book on your desktop or in your computer hard drive, you can download it. There are several different formats that you can use. PDF with text are going to be the two most popular. But if we scroll back up to the black window, the Internet Archive reading tool, you are able to, in the bottom right hand corner, flip manually from page to page. You can, if you don't want to see 2 pages, you can see 4 pages, or you can see 1 page at a time. You can also zoom in and zoom out, and there are some other tools available as well. This is going to be the main tool that you use, the search icon. So if we are interested in Palmer, I'm going to search for Palmer. What will happen is on the left-hand side under the search icon, it's going to list every instance of the word Palmer that it discovers inside this particular text. So you're going to see information about Dr. Palmer, perhaps something about his wife, Miss Lula Palmer. You'll also find Palmer Auditorium listed in here as well. If you click on this, it'll go to the page. Also, you have these blue hash marks across the bottom of your screen. If you click on the hash mark, it will take you to that page as well. One thing to keep in mind about the search icon, unlike Google or some of our databases that has predictive text or it tries to correct a typo, this will not. Whatever you put into this search box is exactly what it's going to look for in the text. So keep that in mind. So with that, I think we can go over to the archives page. So we're back at the Carmichael Library main page, and there is an archives tab at the top of the screen. If you click on it, you're going to see a whole menu of options on the left-hand side. For this project, you may want to consult the Mac Wyatt Digital Archive. These are newspapers published in Montevallo and Shelby County in the central Alabama area. The other tool that you may consider consulting is if you are interested in the town or the high school, there is the Montevallo High School Digital Archive, which is a collection of their student newspapers and yearbooks and some other feature pieces as well. So some good information there. The main place on the Archives tab that I want to show you is the digital collections. So if we select digital collections, you are going to see University of Montevallo yearbooks. You can open these up, search within them just like you would the copy of White Columns and Red Bricks. Notable yearbooks. 1913, if you were interested in ghost stories, that does have some information about ghost stories in there. 1921 is the 25th anniversary of the school, and it contains a brief history of campus. 1946 is the 50th anniversary, and 1996 marks 100 years. That yearbook has some information in it as well. So if we go back to archives, digital collections, course catalogs, the older course catalogs at the very front is going to have some sort of historical note. They will also have some kind of buildings and grounds um, information as well, so you can read that and see when buildings were added to campus. When you're searching for a particular building, you also must note that some buildings predate their name. Some buildings were around. For example, Reynolds Hall was built in 1851. It was not known as Reynolds Hall until the 1920s. King House was known as Neighbors Hall, Nabors, or the Mansion House. It really did not become known as we know it today as the King House until the restoration work that happened in the 1970s. So just keep that in mind when you're searching these older primary source research items. Campus histories. The same campus histories that are on your guide are listed here. There's also a couple of other ones in here as well. They're kind of more niche. For example, there's a little pamphlet on ghost stories, a book on ghost stories on campus. Again, Montevallo, the first 100 years. And then lastly, the Alabamian student newspapers. So our research, our primary sources that are published on campus, yearbooks go from 1907. They're digitized up to 2018. I'm sorry, 1907 to 2018. The course catalogs go from the very opening of the school up to 1969 when we transitioned to University of Montevallo. And student newspapers cover 1924 to the present, with a gap in the 1980s and 90s that we still have not received funding to fill in, but we do have those newspapers in print in the archives. One final resource, if any of you are interested in becoming the sculpture or any sort of public art on campus, we recorded an interview with Ted Metz. He is a longtime art professor. He's retired now. He was a longtime art professor, and he's responsible for much of the public art you see around on campus, in Ebenezer Swamp. And also, this is an interview with him where he talks primarily about becoming, but he also talks about the importance of public art. So with that, I'm going to wrap up the video. Again, you have my contact information if you would like to explore anything further or if you have questions. Thanks.